Welcome back, everyone. Um, this video, I wanted to show off just some Mogami gameplay here. So, first of all, just looking at some modules that I decided. Now, I just bought this, so I can't afford all of them. I do decide on the steering gear. In my Japanese cruisers, I definitely get the main gun upgrades first, and I don't focus on the anti-air much. That's really an American cruiser thing, in my opinion, anyway. So I did get the steering gear. Or rather, once I have the money, I'm then going to get Repair Party 2 or Damage Control 2, and most likely the detection range increase on that last one. But obviously, that's only when I can actually afford those. But just so happy to finally have my Mogami back. So now jumping into the first video, or well, I guess first clip of this. I am in my Mogami. This is it wasn't my first match. We're gonna see the first match later here, actually. But this map, I wanted to show off Ocean, and then of course the Mogami itself, just a little. But the biggest thing on this map is, of course, the map itself, Ocean. So a lot of people seem to not necessarily enjoy playing on this map, or it seems, I don't know, there seems to be big differences of opinion here on the map. I personally do like the map. Obviously, I'd like to see it if it had maybe some weather aspects to it, or something. But as it is, I do like it because you get to play this map in a different style than what you play the others, using islands and whatnot. Now, unfortunately, this being like at the time of this recording, I had just gotten the Mogami. I only played a few battles in it, so I was still kind of all googly-eyed over the ship. You're going to see some glory shots here in the video. In fact, it starts off with some. Look at this. I mean, it is a beautiful ship. I still only have the 5 inchers on it at this time, but yeah, they're good guns. I wasn't really paying attention to the team and what they were doing, just sort of going with the flow, like, ooh, look at me sailing in my Mogami. Now, to talk about the Mogami here a little, in case maybe some of you don't have it or were wondering, it is a great ship. It's got 4 torpedo launchers with 4 tubes in each, so you can fire 8 torpedoes from either side. The arcs on them are, set up so that you can shoot from the rear of your ship, so you're not going to be able to shoot directly out to the side, and a 10-kilometer range. Great torpedoes and nothing to complain about. The guns themselves, right now you can see I've got the 5 inchers on. I do love these guns. They are really great. I'm still experimenting with the ammunition that I'm going to use in them. Maybe you guys can, if you know what works best with the 5 inchers, let me know. I'm using HE mostly now, but some of the videos that I'll put up later, you'll see that I do switch over to armor piercing at times. And then, of course, the flexibility of this ship is, really, really something you want to take a look at and to consider, working your way towards. I mentioned the torpedoes, mentioned the guns. The guns are fantastic. The ship itself is fast. We can do well over 30 knots with it. Mine is stock right now, so I don't know. You're not going to see it's that maneuverable. It's because I don't have the hull upgrades and whatnot for it. But once it gets there, it's really, really a great ship. It has good enough AA armament to defend itself. I wouldn't count on this sort of cruiser to be your sole AA coverage. It really needs another maybe Japanese cruiser to help out, or an American cruiser if you've got one. That's really the best. So here you can see more glory shots. I'm loving the ship. It looks great, looking fantastic. Just cutting through the waves, or well, the sea, I guess. Not really any waves. Now there are some early warnings here in chat about maybe the future of what's going to happen here at the end of the video. People are starting to question, why is everyone running off to the corner? What are we doing? Yeah, so I still, not paying attention. Still concerned with my ship. And maybe, that's something that we all want to be a little aware of, or nah, let's just not bother. I mean, we work hard for the ship, so we'll have our fun in them as we see fit. So, moving along, I do believe that we're about to spot part of the enemy team. They are going to be coming in, and you're going to see that they do end up all going north. Just like we all went south, they all go north. Um, it's not going to end well. At one point in chat, one gentleman says, "All go cap," or all rush cap rather. Sorry, and that just seals it. Yeah, you can see it. He said it there in chat. I'm turning my boat now. We are rushing their cap. They're rushing ours though as well. You can't see it just yet on the mini map, but it's coming. So while that plays out, I want to throw out maybe a strategy that could be used on this map to help play the map and maybe sway some people's opinions about it, because a lot of people, say that the teams don't know how to play, so they always get defeats, and that's why they don't like the map, or they don't actually have a problem with the maps, just the way it's being played. So let's consider looking at our mini map. Both our teams, we're going basically in a counterclockwise direction here, trying to race each other to the caps. What about if we were to go and take the center of the map, in between the two caps? From the center, we could shoot any enemy ships that are trying to make a run at our cap. We can shoot at any enemy ships that are attempting to defend their cap. It does require some coordination. You would need to spread out. You would need to be sure that you can all cover each other. But I'm pretty sure, and I'm going to try to get some video up of this. I'm not sure what other people are using on this map and what's working for them. I'd love to know what you're using and what is working, and please share it with me, because I'd love to see it. I think that's really the best way to go about this map, is to take that middle. You can see, if you were to take the middle, you could set up there, spread out. In this case, if we had taken the middle, we'd be able to shoot at the leading edge of the enemy ships that are going into our base, but more importantly of the ships that are coming in behind. Because if you can maybe turn around, or have the ships that are coming in behind supporting the people at the front, if you can make them think about whether or not they want to go to the front, maybe the people at the front will decide to turn around, or at the very least they now lose their support and they're a lot easier to kill. So something to consider. So we are starting to cap. Yeah, it's going all right. Right here at the beginning, you start thinking, we might have gotten here early enough. We can start shooting them down, but I wasn't really paying attention to the cap bars. I don't know about anyone else in the team, but I wasn't. What I was doing was just trying to shoot my guns, test them out. Just got my ship, and it's a nice ship, so I want to boat around in it. So I did take shots at people who were outside of the cap. Ideally, you would want to take the shot if you have a shot of people inside your cap. Take that shot over someone else maybe coming into it, or nearby, depending on the situation. Obviously, different situations can arise where you do have to end up shooting someone that may not be capping. So you can see I'm really struggling here to find targets, although they are everywhere, but sort of still happy about the new ship, not really paying attention to what's going on, and not looking at the overall situation. Unfortunately, hindsight is always 20/20, so I'm able to rewatch this, and so are you, and able to see that the mistakes I'm making. I think if we all try to work on recognizing this as it's happening, might lead to some better results for us. Maybe just throwing it out there. Now, just to recap this clip here, because it's all over. We're gonna lose. Watch away. I had mentioned the idea of taking the middle. I think it's something I'm going to start trying. I'm gonna try and get some videos up on it, because I really like that idea. Once you get it, you're able to shoot almost anywhere on the map, or at least support someone who is able to do so. Once you guys establish that control, that or have enough confidence that yeah, we can go in and cap now, then you can go and take the cap. There is the alternative of killing everyone, and that also does put you in a good position to do so when you are in the middle, because hopefully you'll have some air coverage and be able to tell where the enemy team is, and you guys are already well positioned in the middle to take advantage of that. And you then have to figure out, when it's the time to judge, to go ahead and do that. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard for me to comment on it anyway, because when I do it, it's just sort of what I feel and what I'm looking at the map and where the team is and how we're doing. That's you take all that into consideration when making those calls. But yeah, maybe with this strategy, could turn it around in this map. I have had some great battles on Ocean, and again, I like the map. Usually, the battles I have on this Ocean map is when I'm on the other team who's doing what that team's doing to us. So yeah, you can see the overall results aren't too great. All right. Now for the second video, or second clip within the video, I guess. This is the actual first game I played in my Mogami. This game is, well, this section of the video, I guess, is classic Thought Gore. Whenever I get a new ship, I always have to take it out, and I'm always excited to take it out, obviously. The Mogami, this is the ship that I wanted in this game since I found out about World of Warships. I don't know how many of you have played Battle Stations Midway, but this is the ship that I would always choose when I was playing Japanese. It's my favorite ship of all time. Yeah, I'll go with that. I just think it's a beautiful, beautiful ship. It's, my opinion anyway, one of the best ships in the game. But obviously I'm biased, and I'm not taken into stats or anything like that. Just the way the ship looks and the history behind it. I think it's great. Now, I'm on Iceberg. This is the first video, I think, actually, that I've shown Iceberg, maybe. This is a really interesting map. When it first came out in closed beta, a lot of people were going on about how it was broken. I don't know how it was broken. I do understand that there were a lot of bugs on the map. I ran into some, like you'd be boating by an iceberg and just stop. You get the collision warning out of nowhere, and your boat you just come to a stop. Apparently there was some hidden objects under the water, I guess, that I ran into. Fictitious, obviously. They were the bugs that had to work out of the map. They eventually did, and this is what we have now. In this specific game version of Icebergs, we do have 4 different points, so we need to cap all at least 2, and then proceed from there. Unfortunately, my team can't count on me in any real sense whatsoever. You can see I just almost rammed that guy because I was busy looking at my ship, and and yeah. It's not going to end well for me, but this is always the way the maiden voyages of my ship go. I don't think I actually kept the recording of my Miyoko first voyage in the Miyoko. I got detonated, one-shotted by an Amagi, because I just steamed right in there at 37 knots or something. First one on our team to be spotted. Amagi was there, and he got me. It was over. But typical. Maybe I'll work on it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like when you're in a new ship, are you more excited than anything else, so you can't really focus on the game itself? You just wanna see a boat around, or you more down to business right away, like trying to figure it out for yourself, seeing what goes on? Let me know. Leave some comments. Now, you can see on the map here, I am staying with the team more or less. We did capture that first point. I think it's D. That's another thing that screwed me up on this iceberg map now, just to throw off a tangent here. Um, Before, this point that I'm entering now used to be A, and the one at in the north was D, and now they switched it on me. I know it's simple, and I I know it's probably not a big deal for maybe many people, but for me it's just blowing my mind because I'm used to C being all the way up there in the north, and then this point that I'm in now to be A anyway. Yeah, it's just crazy. So you can see now I'm starting to shoot. I have been experimenting with the H, E, and AP. What I have found in the time that I've played the Mogami anyways with the 5 inchers is I do like using high explosives, and the more I find that I do more damage on basically everything. With my armor piercing with the 5 inches, because I just don't find that they have the penetrating power to get the citadels that I want when I have the 8-inch cannons on. So with the time to use AP with those rounds is when I'm fighting Omahas or things like that. But this is a Mogami, right? So when is that going to happen? You can see I did take a big hit right back there. And see, like, look, I'm not paying attention at all. I just drove out of my cover. I'm driving now to another island, realizing what's going on here. It's just boggling my mind. Like, this is my first battle and it's happening again. But it's all over. Barely have any life left. I know that there are more ships coming into this area where I am now. Normally what I would do on this type of map is I would leave that southernmost point all alone. I would go and kind of cruise around the middle point, see what's going on, and usually end up taking either the middle point or what are they calling that point now? C, I guess? Maybe. The second most northern point is what I'm what I'm getting at. That's what I would normally do, using those islands as cover. But here, none of that happened. I'm right out in the open at this point because the middle of this map, you're really exposed. Yeah, on fire. Repair is cooling down. I can't put that out. So, Maiden Voyage, no big surprise here. So thanks again for sticking around, watching the video today. You can see I rage quit. Yeah. Be sure to like, hit subscribe, leave a comment, and of course, enjoy the rest of your day.